Ciryl Gane, who's 6'5", 247 pounds, moves like a 170-pounder. It's crazy. He's bouncing like Wonder Boy. No question, he is the best moving heavyweight I've ever seen. No question.
Gets heavier. I don't know how long I can cut to 205, so we're just going to have to see and take it.
I just care about my next fight. Cyryl's my next fight. He's the guy I'm focused on. This fight's been simmering for a long time, do you know what I mean? We've been talking about this fight for a long time, so I'm just ready to fight this guy already and take him out.
The heavyweight division is about to explode again, and this time, the storm centers around Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane. Two athletic giants built for power but gifted with the speed of middleweights. Their upcoming clash at UFC 321 has fans, fighters, and legends divided, all throwing in their predictions on who will walk away victorious.
I don't see that fight getting out of the first round. Right. I think Tom is phenomenal. I think he's absolutely the best heavyweight we've ever seen in the UFC. I said to him, it sucks to win the belt that way, to be the champion this way, that no one's going to remember that in 3 fights' time. They're just going to remember what you've done and that you are the champion of the world and you're the best in the division, and that's it.
As the date draws near, the debate keeps heating up. Tom Aspinall, the pride of Britain, stands as one of the most well-rounded heavyweights in the world today. Calm, composed, and precise, he's rising through the ranks with frightening A's, dismantling opponents with a mix of sharp boxing and slick grappling. Across the cage stands Ciryl Gane, a man who moves like no other heavyweight in history. The French phenom is fluid, calculated, and almost untouchable when he's in rhythm. He doesn't just fight, he glides, turning chaos into control and brute force into balance.
Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the number one contender, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if John Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Ciryl Gane. Let's make that happen. Ciryl Gane is... People forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
Among those most stunned by Gane's talent was Joe Rogan, who couldn't hide his admiration after Gane's masterclass over Derek Lewis. Rogan recalled how Gane didn't just win that fight, he completely dismantled Lewis, shutting him down in every exchange. Every time Lewis tried to move in, Gane was already gone, bouncing, feinting, and countering with perfect timing. To Rogan, it was one of the cleanest heavyweight performances he had ever witnessed.
I watched it 3 times. I watched it today, in fact. I watched it in the gym today while I was working out.
So better than like in Gane, in terms of movement, in terms of... He's like the best moving heavyweight.
There's no question he is the best moving heavyweight I've ever seen. No question.
He went as far as calling Gane the best moving heavyweight of all time, and for someone who has seen every era of the sport, that's no small statement. Rogan described how Gane, standing 6'5" and weighing around 247 pounds, moved like a welterweight. The way he danced around the cage, feinting like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, was something Rogan said it changed the entire standard of heavyweight striking. To him, Ciryl Gane didn't just win, he redefined what it means to be a modern heavyweight.
But I mean, Ciryl Gane, who's 6'5", 247 pounds, moves like a 170-pounder. It's crazy. He's bouncing like Wonder Boy, like bouncing like this the entire fight, bouncing, throwing feints, like completely changed the standard of heavyweight striking, and I'm not exaggerating.
Now with Gane facing Aspinall, Rogan's words echo louder than ever. For him, Gane represents evolution, the next step in what a heavyweight can be. Fast, light, and technically brilliant, the kind of fighter who can beat you by not out-muscling you, but by outsmarting you. But another legend, Alex Pereira, sees the fight differently. Speaking ahead of his own UFC 320 victory over Magomed Ankalaev, Pereira broke down the matchup in detail. He predicted a difficult night for Tom Aspinall, not because of power or experience, but because of Ciryl Gane's movement. Pereira pointed out that Aspinall has faced many aggressive fighters who come forward and swing, but Gane is a completely different problem. Calm, elusive, and endlessly mobile.
What do you think about Aspinall and Ciryl Gane? Like, who do you think you will win? Is the winner something that interests him?
Cara, ali é uma luta assim difícil, né? Mas, pô,
He explained that Gane's movement might frustrate Aspinall, especially in the early rounds. The Frenchman won't give him the kind of openings he's used to, and for the first and second rounds, Pereira predicted that Tom might struggle to find him at all. Gane's constant struggling, feinting, and distance control could force Aspinall to chase, and chasing a mover like Gane, Pereira warned, can quickly lead to mistakes.
Então, Aspinall, campeão, vem mais confiante, mas assim, eu vejo que ele lutou com atletas também, assim, muito agressivo, entendeu? E ele tá levando a melhor ali, mas acho que o Ciryl Gane, ele é um cara assim mais, que movimenta mais. É um cara que não gosta de se expor, entendeu? Um pouco ali de medo e tal. Então, quando você tem um certo medo, um receio, você acaba não tomando muitos golpes. Então, a gente vai ver, vamos ver, porque de repente ele pode frustrar um pouco, né? O Tom Aspinall ali, de passa ali primeiro, segundo, terceiro round, vai levando pro final. A gente não sabe como que ele vai se comportar também.
It's a tough fight, you know. Tom is a complete fighter, but I do feel like he's fought a lot of aggressive guys. And I think Gane is a guy who's going to do a lot of movement. He's going to be a little more cautious and you know, just moving around a lot. It might frustrate Tom.
Still, Pereira made sure to acknowledge how complete a fighter Aspinall is. With strong grappling, fast boxing, and incredible composure, he's easily one of the most well-rounded champions today. But Pereira leaned slightly toward Gane's movement and fight IQ as the deciding factors. He believed it would be a tactical, strategic fight, not a brawl, but a chess match at the highest level of heavyweight MMA.
You know, so first, second, third round, maybe Tom can't find Ciryl Gane, so I think it's going to be a different fight. We'll see.
Você acha que a sua carreira vai terminar semi-completo ou completo?
Bom, de verdade não dá para responder isso, né? Eu gostaria, né, futuramente, né, porque meu peso vai subindo, né? Então, não sei quanto tempo eu consigo fazer isso, 38 anos, não sei. Vou fazendo do jeito que eu estou fazendo, dando um passo de cada vez e a gente vai vendo o que acontece.
Would you like to finish your career light heavyweight or heavyweight? I really don't know. We'll have to see. You know, obviously my body gets heavier. I don't know how long I can cut to 205. So we're just going to have to see and take it fight by fight.
Then came the opinion of Alexander Volkov, one of the few fighters who have shared the octagon with both Aspinall and Gane. His take carried real weight. When asked to pick a side, Volkov didn't hesitate to call it a 50-50 fight. Volkov knows firsthand what both men bring. He spoke about Gane's incredible leg work, his ability to control range, and how much he's improved his ground game, an area once considered his biggest weakness. He also praised Aspinall's balance and adaptability, saying that when he fought the Brit, he felt Tom's timing and transitions were among the best he had seen. He said, "The fight is 50-50. I think both of them are good, and Ciryl Gane, he's really good with his movement. With his legs and everything. He's not so bad at grappling now. He started working a lot on his grappling and his ground skills, so I think it's 50-50. Volkov admitted that on paper, Aspinall might look a bit sharper, but he refused to count Gane out. It all depends on, he said, who imposes their rhythm first. If Gane controls the range, it could be a long night for Tom, but if Aspinall cuts off the cage early and brings the fight to the mat, the story might end very differently. To Volkov, this was one of those matchups that truly could go either way. A fight where both men have the tools to win, but only one will find the right movement to use them. He added it depends how the fight starts, how both of them will be prepared for this fight. I saw that Gane will be motivated a lot for this fight to get the belt. It's 50-50, but on paper, when I fought both of them, Tom Aspinall looks better, but in the fight, it could go anyway. Meanwhile, Ciryl Gane himself appears calm and confident heading into the fight, reflecting on his past experiences. Gane said that everything he's gone through, from the pressure of facing Francis Ngannou to the intensity of preparing for Jon Jones, has made him a better, stronger fighter. He admitted that earlier in his career, the spotlight felt heavy. The press conferences, the media attention, the national expectations. All of it added layers of pressure that were difficult to carry. But those moments, he said, became lessons. When he faced Jon Jones, everything felt easier. The pressure, the media, the bright lights. He had already lived through the toughest moments and learned how to handle them, and now, ahead of his fight with Aspinall, he feels prepared in every sense. For him, the key is staying professional, staying calm, and trusting the process.
What are your thoughts on Ciryl Gane being potentially the toughest opponent yet for you? A lot of people say somebody you've not really sort of faced that type of fighter in the heavyweight division.
I think both me and Ciryl are very
we both have niche style for heavyweights. We don't fight like heavyweights, both of us. So this could be the fastest, the best moving heavyweight fight that anybody's ever seen. We're both great movers. We're both light on our feet. We're both elusive. So this is going to be great.
Gane praised Aspinall as a complete fighter and admitted that this will be a challenging matchup, but he also made it clear that he's ready. He called it a beautiful fight between two of the most technical big men in the sport, one he's genuinely excited for.
To be honest, I don't really care about belts and stuff.
Emil Sardarian from Stand 'Em Up. Got a question for Tom Aspinall. Tom. One question. Obviously, you've defended your interim title once already. Do you feel like this is your second title defense, or is the interim belt and the actual belt different for you?
As for how this fight plays out, opinions remain split right down the middle. Some believe Aspinall's balance of striking and grappling will prove too much for Gane's mobility. Others think the Frenchman's footwork and tactical IQ will frustrate the British champion and help him pick his shots all night long. But everyone agrees on one thing: this is the kind of fight that represents the future of the heavyweight division.
To be honest, I don't really care about belts and stuff. I just care about my next fight. Cyryl's my next fight. He's the guy I'm focused on. This fight's been simmering for a long time, do you know what I mean? We've been talking about this fight for a long time, so I'm just ready to fight this guy already and take him out.
For fans, this fight is more than just a title clash, it's the meeting of two eras. Power versus precision, aggression versus control. The British champion who rose through the chaos meets the French technician who thrives in order. Every movement, every strike, and every feint will tell a story of evolution, of how the sport itself is changing right before our eyes.
Aspinall versus Gane is a massive transitional fight for the heavyweight division. What happens after it? I liked the idea of Alex versus Tom right now. You want to know what another interesting fight is? Alex versus Ciryl. Alex is not going to beat Uncle Io, but we got Alex to light heavyweight in the first place by getting him beat. I believe Alex is in that spot right now. I'm bringing all of this to your attention because right now there's one thing for Jon Jones to do, and that is Tom Aspinall. Regardless of what happens between Ciryl and Tom, if Alex were to move up and beat them, you've now created an opportunity for Alex versus Jon, and that does work. Jon versus Tom is the fight, but Alex versus Jon is the next fight.
As the final days count down to UFC 321, one question keeps echoing. Can Ciryl Gane's movement and composure outlast Aspinall's explosiveness and pressure? Or will the British powerhouse prove that even the smoothest mover can be caught when the right punch lands?
Because that guy's not easy to get to the ground, and Aspinall, and he's fast as and he's big. He's a legit 250 pounds natural, you know, no, he doesn't need anything. There's no way he can make 205 ever.
Yeah, I've got to train with him, and I went down there and I was like, this guy, he's a tank.
But that's a problem. Yeah. That's a problem when you're not really a heavyweight. As great as Jon is, and I think Jon beats most heavyweights that have ever existed. That's a big, that guy's a Francis is another problem.
Whatever happens, one thing is certain: when that cage door closes, all predictions fade and truth begins. Two of the best heavyweights on the planet will finally test each other's limits, and the world will be watching every second. So fight fans, it's your turn. Who are you backing? Drop your predictions in the comments, share this video with your fight crew, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fight breakdowns, rivalries, and deep dives only on Ring Rivalry.